Peace, this is Why, back for vlog episode 2. This topic, sobriety. So, who am I? My name is Why. I'm an artist and educator from Queens, New York City. Shout out to Southside, Jamaica in the building. And I basically came up like most independent artists, going out to shows, open mics, venues, performing, and also got into arts education, where started out teaching after school music programs, composing music, lyrics, songs, and performances for youth, and also developing teaching artists through my company, Creative Expressions. You can check that out at creativeexpressions.co. And you know, when I was in my early 20s, I just hit the scene running. I went out to a bunch of shows and venues, partied a bit, not too much. You know, I'm more of a worker than a partier. But when I would be in social settings, I definitely started out in my early 20s just like smoking every day. And it was very normal, just to the point where now I look back on it, I'm like, oh yeah, I was a pothead, just blowing it down multiple times a day, maybe like 2-3 blunts a day for years. And it was just normal to me until I guess I got a little older. Around my mid-20s, I was like, is there a reason that I do this so often? And the only other thing I was really doing then was drinking socially. So like going to parties and drinking, and then smoking all the time. You know, I sold bud, I did all of that, and it was pretty normal. But once again, something hit me where I was like, I wonder how it would be to like not do this. So at one point, I took a full year off. I didn't smoke, I didn't drink, I didn't do anything. And in that year, I had a lot of self-discovery. I intended to stop for like 2 to 3 months, but when I got going, I was like, let me just keep going. And then I eventually reached a full year. And a little bit after a year, maybe like a year and a month or two, I was like, okay, it's been a year, I could get back into it. After I got back into just, you know, nothing too crazy, just smoking and drinking, I tried some psychedelics like mushrooms for like more enlightenment purposes. Didn't do those on a regular basis. And that was kind of like my history and beginning. So after coming back, taking that longer break of a year, I monitored when I would use it. I fell into times where I got into daily use, like maybe for a week straight or so, but I was more aware of it, and I did some adjustments. Like I switched over. I was like, all right, no more blunts. Let me switch over to joints or taking a hit of a bowl and reducing the amount that I consumed. I also got really into like, okay, this is time where I have to work and focus. So I'm not gonna smoke right now when I'm working. And I shifted away from using it as like, oh, I'm gonna get creative and I need this to go into the studio. So after I came back, I was like, I'm gonna use this more as like when I'm chilling, when I'm gonna relax. So when I'm at a party, kind of having a good time, or when I want to decompress at the end of the day, watch a movie or something. I was like, that is time that I could be high, you know? And what that did for me is it showed me a balance, and I rocked on that balance for a while. And I would say in the last 5 years, I've always taken breaks for like a couple weeks up to a month, and then use it pretty sparingly, like just like a couple pulls, because I make sure that I don't use it enough to build up tolerance. So I have like no tolerance, and then I've reduced it with alcohol. The only time I was using it was like if I'm having a meal or at a party, and like I don't have a stomach for liquor at all. So it'd be like 1 to 2 glasses max of like beer or wine or a sake, something like soft, and mainly just in a social environment. And I guess when this COVID, lockdown, whatever hit, my first instinct was like, since in my opinion I wasn't doing these things that much anyway, could I let it go? So since it was like a month normally, I was like, I need to go beyond a month. Right now I'm at 62 days, and some of the experiences I'm having, I'm feeling more sharper. There have been like occasions, like maybe when I feel really good, I'm like, oh yeah, let me take a break and just smoke or something. And I now just think of it like, okay, do I really need to do it, or can I just achieve the same feeling? You know, it's really like a trigger in me. And also, I'm just at a point where I'm looking to feel more deeply. So even the things that piss me off, anything, I'm just looking to feel the highs and lows, the goods and bads. I'm just looking to feel it more in depth and grow into being a new person. So that's where I'm at right now with it. So this is my journey. And I don't know how long I'm going to last on this break or how long I'm going to take. But I'm really into exploring. Also, I've built routine. I've set up a company. I'm doing things. But I'm realizing we're human beings. We're not machines. So at first, many times I'm like, oh, I got to get up 5:30, 6 a.m. every single day. I got to work out exactly at this time. And I realized that wasn't the way for me. I want to flow naturally with things. And how I'm looking to explore is just trusting in myself and trusting in the process. But I would love to know from you, how are you dealing with in this time of transition? Because I hear a lot of people like, oh, I can't wait till things go back. I don't think we can go back to what it was. I think we have to go forward into something new. So my biggest inspiration is to go forward into being a new version of me, a better version of me, and not be so hard on myself. So if I choose to go back to doing something, be all right with it. But I do want to feel, and I feel like it's going to take me at least 3 months to really start to feel the effects of being fully sober, and then see how I could just elevate to being the greatest version of me. But I would love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on it? Do you feel it's something you're going to rock with? Substances and sobriety, do you feel like that's a way that you just always have a little drink or a little smoke? Are you someone who feels that there's heavy benefits from using it regularly? I know I'm personally looking to uncover traumas and subconscious things that reoccur in my life. So are things helping? I've tried things like CBD and stuff like that, but I believe you can always look within for stuff, and I'm just in a level of exploration and trying to find out that. But hit me up on the DM, send me a comment, let me know what your journey is with this. Let me know what your feelings are and your thoughts. I don't think there is any right or wrong answer. I'm just here sharing how I feel. I'm not giving any advice or anything, but I would love to hear from your journey and build community with you. So hit me up. Bang bang.